When they say epic conclusion, they really know what they're talking about.
Friends to die for you rather than face me yourself. On this night, join me and confront your fate.
We can end this. I never wanted any of you to die for me. Come on, Tom. Let's finish this the way we started it. Together!
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. So this movie basically starts off right where the last one ended. I mean, literally, the final shot of the last movie is the first shot of this movie. So the story basically entails Harry Potter continuing to collect the Horcruxes, which are magical items that will ensure Voldemort's destruction, for the 5 people that really don't know this plot. The amazing part about this movie is that the story is so seamlessly intertwined with all the action, and there is a lot of action. I mean, basically from like the first 30 minutes into the movie, it is non-stop action. It doesn't stop, doesn't give in until the last 5 minutes, which is the epilogue. Which might seem short for some people, but in retrospect, it seemed to fit in well, didn't drag the ending out too long. The main critique this movie has, for most critics, seems to be that there's a lot of hard-hitting deaths in this movie. Quite significantly, in fact. But the movie just seems to ignore it, or just not pay much heed to it. And I agree with what they say, to a point. I mean, there are some characters that die who really were a minor character, weren't given a whole bunch of backstory. But then you would be given other characters who would die, who had been given significant backstory in the other 7 movies, and then all of a sudden in this one, they just kind of go, well, they're dead. Sorry, we have 2 hours to tell a story. You gotta go. Move on. And while that might be a minor flaw, I do think it does take away from the movie just a little bit. However, I do recognize this one fact, and that is that this movie is 2.5 hours long, and it would have slowed down if any more story had been added and taken away from the action. Not to mention, a lot of the character development of the story has been developed prior to this movie. Mainly the other 7 movies. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 is a really good film. It is great cinema. David Yates did a masterful job of telling this conclusion to a story that my family is a huge fan of. And I can't think of any one person I wouldn't recommend watching this movie to. But I do recommend you watch all 7 movies before you watch this one, because there are some things. One scene, like, basically takes references from every single movie. So what rating should this movie get? Some people are going to crucify me for this, but I can't give this movie an epic. I do believe it is good cinema. In fact, I probably would say that this could very well win Best Picture. Probably not going to win, though, just because the Academy is the Academy. This movie, on the other hand, is an action-packed thrill ride, and there is not one person that I will not recommend to watch this movie, so long as they read all the books or watch all the previous 7 movies. So I can honestly give this movie a 4 out of 5. An awesome. This is the epitome of good cinema. So this has been Jack's Reviews, and I want to remind you guys to comment down below on what rating you think Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 should get, and what are your opinions on the series ending. Are you happy? Are you upset? Are you angry? Also remember to subscribe to the Phoenix Entertainment channel. We hope to be coming out with new shows and new videos soon. I'm Jacob Fox, and this has been Jack's Reviews. Thank you guys.